Good morning, everybody. We're back out here again today, and we've already got Annie and Abilene split off. Abelene's out here outside our pen, and we're just gonna be working, focusing on our relationship with Annie today. And gosh, I already see a lot of improvement on just her ability to kind of stand here with me at kind of a close proximity and stay pretty calm. Now, for the most part, I haven't had much energy or attention on her. And as soon as I kind of turn that focus towards her a little bit, you see what happens. She backs off a little. So just something to notice. And so again, we're gonna focus on getting to that point where we can co-regulate together, start to kind of feel safe in here with each other before we'll ever get anywhere that we can grow. And that might take 30 minutes. It might take longer. And so just starting in that process with her. And I think with Annie, I really want to start more with detachment with her and see if she can orient to her space a little and find some connection. Her anxiety tends to run pretty high to where that's all she can focus on. And so I want to see maybe through some detachment that she can start to regulate through some of that and find some connection. And she's shown signs that she's gotten better at it with me. Well, and she's able to kind of relax and step towards me there just a little. So we may not need to move into detachment just yet, but it certainly won't hurt us if we decide that we need to. You see, mostly she steps around, pivots to defend, rather than stepping forward to engage. And so when she pivots to defend, I keep the pressure the same. When she steps forward to engage, I release just a little bit. But I want to go ahead and move into some detachment, so I'm just going to ask her to move out just a little. Most likely she's going to turn completely around there and start going this way. Put me on her more comfortable side to start with. And I just want to see that she can stay connected. Connect with her environment, connect with me a little. We do ask her to come into this space that she doesn't know how to get out of. And so an important part of that is helping her get really comfortable being in all parts of this space. And so we'll just ask her to explore it a little. And she's doing a nice job of staying kind of calm, connected with me as she does that, which is great. And she definitely shows us where she's comfortable in the space and where she's not comfortable in the space. And so you see this little circle the same size as the last one she just made. And we can just keep asking her to move and she'll keep making about that size circle. If we don't ask her to push into any uncomfortable places, she's going to stay kind of in this same circle, the same path. She'd wear the same deep pathway through this pin. Oh, there she made a different choice as she came around there. And so we'll ask her to just go out that way if she wants to. And so that shows me she's gotten just a little more comfortable with me here. Choosing to turn that dominant side towards me. And she's thinking about exploring those outer limits of that circle more because she's wanting to put her non-dominant side toward him. And so I'll just stay predictable, relational, connected in here. And notice as she does that. That's nice, Annie. Keep on going. Yeah, keep on going. And so I'm not necessarily focused on speed or consistency or a perfect circle here. I'm just focused on, can we stay present and explore the areas that are a little uncertain for us. And she's staying connected, checking in all the time, and staying pretty present and exploring. Pushing out there towards that edge, which is fantastic. Are you gonna poop? No? Okay, well, go on. See if you can go check out the chicken house over there. I know. Good. Good. Yeah, go ahead. You can do it. I hear one of them calling for you. Yeah, the chicken's out there too. Go ahead. And so it's progress to be able to walk by the chickens and be able to stay kind of calm and kind of notice them. And it's just a place we'll continue to build. And so she's stepping outside of that normal circle she does a little bit with her dominant side now. Cosmo, back. Good boy. I got a growing puppy out there who thinks he wants to chase Abilene a little bit. Good job, Annie. Yeah, I know it's hard. You're doing good. That's the poop spot, isn't it? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're right kind of in the middle of the poop circle that y'all created. Good aim. Yeah. Go ahead, you can do it out there. Ah. So this time walking by Laura and Cosmo and the camera and everything out there, she stops to look a little bit. Still doesn't really want to look at that chicken house. My guess is when nobody's around, those chickens gang up and pick on her. Chickens are kind of notorious for their gang-like behavior. Intimidation tactics. And so just noticing with every round we're seeing little bits of progress And what Annie's able to focus on, stay calm as she checks out and explores. Good girl. And it's good to see that she can stay connected enough with me that when I see her really avoiding someplace, just a little pressure from me, asking her to look at it, she can. Good girl, yeah. And so I can start encouraging her, supporting her, and how she steps out into these places that don't feel quite as safe, and she can stay present, connected. This is how we build connection and detachment. That was a little scarier. She had to speed up, but she kept her attention and focus on it. She just didn't feel real comfortable stepping in there just yet. And that's why this circle can be really important. There's these places outside the pen that she doesn't feel comfortable getting real close to, and we're asking her to step in there a little more. And as she does, the pressure goes away, but she gets to keep moving through those so that she doesn't have to be tortured by the anxiety they create, and she gets to move in the circle back to places that feel safer for her. And this is just working her in and out of that window of tolerance. Asking her to go where she feels safe, and asking her to go where she feels a little unsafe as she can tolerate it. And as she stays connected and present in that, asking her to just keep moving on to where it feels safe again. And as you see, we're getting closer to this chicken house over here. And she's staying really calm and connected through all of this, which is great. Yeah, you're doing good. Keep on going. Just noticing with that non-dominant side on the outside, she's able to explore a little more because she feels a little more protected having that non-dominant side closer to the thing that scares her. So I felt like she avoided it more that time, so I'm just going to put some pressure there and ask her to turn into it a little, knowing that it'll put her dominant side over there and she'll probably want to back out of there, but just getting her to turn and look at it. And she did, and she stayed pretty connected, but she obviously blew out a little, said, well, that kind of bothers me. And it's okay. So just move out away from it. Good. She's able to connect with me, feel some pressure around that. Turns into it, looks at it for a second. You want to come out away from that? Let's see if she'll attach. Come with me out away from it a little. Not quite. Well, maybe a little bit. Good. Nice. 2 or 3 calm steps forward there, a little more calm. Those were nice steps, Annie. Those were some nice steps towards me. Yeah. Starting to get this calm thing down a little. Well, that wasn't very calm. I didn't even ask for anything there. I was just moving. There. Okay. I don't have anywhere to go to release pressure there. Sorry. Thanks for engaging with me though. Here, I'll release pressure over here by these nasty old chickens. Hey, chickens. So it's one thing to ask her to step towards me when she gets to be running away from the scariest part of the pen for her. And it's another thing if she can come in here and attach a little bit, stepping towards the chicken house. Because now she's got me and the chicken house, 2 things she's, you know, a little worried about in the same spot. And so it's nice that she can step in here towards me going in this direction. Just recognizing it might be a little tougher for her. Hi, Cosmo. Good boy. So we're making small amounts of progress on her feeling comfortable, just moving towards me, trusting that if she moves towards me, I'm going to move back, release pressure. And if she doesn't, if she just blocks me, then I'm not going to release pressure. I'm going to keep it the same. And here she's just blocking me. And just noticing when she kind of stopped blocking me. Although she still is a little here. There you go, girl. Nice. And so we'll just move back into some more detachment. Cosmo, come. Cosmo keeps thinking he wants to bite Abeline's back foot. He doesn't recognize that that's not a good idea yet. And Abeline's being awfully tolerant of it. You can do it, go ahead. Oh, don't avoid it. There you go. Yeah. There you go, look at it. Is that so terrible? Huh? So if she wants to stop in there, kind of in the scary place, I'll let her stop. See if she can stand in there and relax just a little bit. She even looking at it a little, checking it out. You want to move through it? Go ahead. Just keep on moving. Good girl. And so just recognizing this is always going to be a tough thing for us to focus much on our relationship if our horse doesn't feel very safe in our space. Because if our horse doesn't feel very safe in our space, they're always going to be torn between trying to protect their dominant side from me and trying to protect it from the things outside of the pen that are scary for them. And that's just going to contribute to our overall anxiety level. And so by helping with this detachment and helping her work into those places, I'm building trust with the things outside that scare her and with the fear she has around me. And so we're working on both things at the same time. And so she's seemed really pretty calm the last few times she's able to check it out. So I'm just going to start asking her to walk by it. And then to stay connected with me. As she gets away from it, turn around and go through it the other direction. And this direction will be a little tougher for her because it's on her dominant side. But just seeing her body language, her posture, that she's able to walk by it, stay connected with me, gets out of it, gets a little relief, turns back into it. Oh, that's nice. Is really able to check it out there. And so I'll just release some pressure and she's going to turn towards me and step out of it just a little. So I like to see that she makes a big attempt to explore it there. And so I'll just ask her to turn back around and go again. And as she avoids it, I'll just put a little pressure, ask her to actually engage with it over there. If she wants to stop in there and take some time to slow down, look at things, I like that she can actually keep her body in that space to explore it a little bit without feeling the need to run out of it. And so, as long as she's not getting in there and then just checking out from it. Oh, that was nice. She was able to look at it there. She tried to avoid it. And then she convinced herself to look at it and it didn't attack her. And so I just want to release some pressure. Give her some space when she's able to do that kind of stuff. And then we'll just go right back into asking her to try it again. I know, you'd like to avoid it. Check it out. Yeah, check it out. Good girl. Keep on going. There you go. Now that chicken's waiting at the gate to say hi to you. You might as well say hi as you walk by. No? Okay, good. Well, you can turn back around and try it again. Oh, no, that's a hard turn that close to the fence with your head that low. Good. Notice her just exploring the edges of the things that are scaring her over there. She'll work her way into, hopefully, if we can support her through this, into directly exploring the thing that scares her. And that will translate one day to her exploring me. But because I'm really pretty scary, it's not going to be safe to explore me till she feels 100% safe in here. And she won't feel that safety until she can really check out, understand, and explore what's over there. That's giving her a hard time. Don't look at me, look at that chicken house. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'll give you all the space in the world to check it out. Okay, we'll turn back around there and try it again. Oh, that chicken's couldn't have been better timing. Cosmo, it's okay. Cosmo. Hey. Cosmo. Good boy. Yeah, it's just a chicken. I know, you hadn't seen chicken going crazy like that, have you? Well, turn around and look at her, Annie. I know. You see what you started, chicken? Just recognizing. Cosmo! Hey! Cosmo, regulate yourself a little bit, bub. So managing a couple of nervous systems here. And just notice what just a little level of increase in stress does for Annie. And we'll just ask her to keep detaching. to try to find an ability to regulate some of that. Ah, there's a little. It's just a chicken. You scared her walking by her house. She thought you were going to come in. She's just trying to tell you you're not going to fit in there. Good girl, Annie. Yeah, that's okay. You want to try this other way and see? I'm too scary on your dominant side. That's okay. You hadn't learned to trust me enough yet. You don't know which side you want where. Well, you pick. Suddenly I might be okay over here on this dominant side. More okay than Cosmo over there, or the chicken. Yeah, I'm just gonna be here. I'd be predictable. Just as you're getting comfortable with that chicken house, them chickens had to start squawking, didn't they? I know. Isn't that how life works? Yeah, it is. Well, go ahead, get out of the way, and well, Cosmo. If you don't behave yourself, Cosmo, I'm going to let you attack one of these horses, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Oh, no. Good girl. And this is nothing new, the speed at which Annie can move up that arousal continuum. Kind of lose her mind just a little bit. And so where we help her the best is by keeping a little pressure on her to move and to connect with us, but to also connect with those things that are driving her up the arousal continuum, and see if through that connection we can help her find a place where she feels safe and calm. And noticing that the distance we're able to get to that chicken coop may have just changed for a little while until we can get back to this calm spot. We're not going to be able to grow any until we get back to this place where we've co-regulated. And so our focus will change in this a little bit to just getting back to feeling safe and calm in our body like we did before. And so to just take us staying connected in this detachment. You gonna poop some more? Okay. Yeah. They're coming for you. Those chickens are coming to get you. They know what comes out in that poop and they want it. I know. It's weird connecting with an animal who just wants to eat your poop. Hard to understand chickens. Don't look at me. They're actually helping you out, you know. And so we start to see Annie's nervous system come back down just a little bit through this, and just noticing how much it took, how long it took, recognizing what that process is like for her. It's going to help us be aware every time what it might take for her, and that'll tell us a little bit about what she can tolerate and requests from us during those periods. So right now, just turning back into that chicken coop, putting her dominant side back to the outside of that pen. It's still hard, but right now feels like something she can tolerate. And so that's a request I'm just gonna make there. And you see her pace speeds up just a little bit. Feels just a little less calm now, but still able to manage it. And so that's what I like to see. Oh, and as she gets over there toward that chicken house, it gets a little tougher. But I like to see that she can move into it, move through it a little. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. And she's gonna say, well, why don't you let me turn my non-dominant side? No, maybe not. Oh, we're gonna poop again. I know it's scary. You can walk by it. Just know there might be some noisy chicken in there that might start squawking. Hopefully it won't be as surprising the next time it happens. And so an event like that, for a horse, for a person, dog, anybody, can be something that easily turns into a traumatizing event if we don't handle it the right way. If her spooking at that chicken makes me lose control and makes me lose awareness and lose focus on us connecting, on helping her regulate, then that's a way we can traumatize our horse and make that situation even worse. And so it's really important to focus on, okay, that really scared her. How do we stay connected, help her come back down, give her the space and time she needs to find this co-regulation with us. And keep her in a place in her brain where she can actually learn from the event instead of just being triggered by it. So the hope is if it were to happen again, she'd probably still be scared of it, probably still spooked, but the hope is she'd be able to come back down faster. And that's a process that over time would improve to where if it happened again that she was walking by there and the chicken started squawking, she could look at it, recognize what it is, understand it's not a threat, regulate top down like that, and not let it control her body and her anxiety and her internal state. Instead, she'll have control over that. Good, check it out. No, you can do it. Go ahead. Good. Good. And also just recognize in exercises like this, we start really refining our detachment a little bit. And that's an awfully positive thing when we can stay connected enough and get even more connected in that detachment, where we can change directions at certain points with small amounts of pressure without getting too anxious. And this is all us building our relationship through detachment and improving it. And having a nice, connected, really refined ability to detach is really going to translate as we move through this relationship to a whole lot of other things that we're going to work on, hopefully. Good girl. Able to move in there close, put her dominant side on that chicken house. Able to even look at it there. I'd really like to see that she can look at it and relax, but she's not going to be able to do that just yet. I want to give her the space. To feel a little relief from that when she tries something that for her is that hard. And then knowing that that's the place in the pen she'd prefer I protected her from, I'll move over here into it for her. So she can kind of move out and feel even more relief if she wants to. And I think maybe now she's trying to warn me that if I get too close over here, these chickens will get me. And so she moves out of it just a little bit, but she doesn't feel the need to just completely run away from this chicken house or from me. Which, gosh, it feels good. She's not completely relaxed in that, but that's another thing we'll just continue to work on, continue to build. And I might hang out here for just a second until I can see her really start to release some of this tension in her body. Yeah, like that, just a little bit. Starting to take a little deeper breaths. Her lips are shaking still. She's still breathing real shallow. Really the only place I've seen a lot of tension come out. It's a little more in her ears. She's relaxed her neck just a little more. Softening in her eyes just a little. So I'm just gonna hang out here, stay connected with her. Notice not putting pressure on her. As long as she's staying just connected here with me, I don't need to. Just notice she's looking around, softening just a little, but still aware of everything happening here. There's a bigger deep breath from her. I want to see if she can really relax in this spot. Just watch her head come down slowly a little bit. Hopefully see her breathing normalize a little more. It'd be great if she could work some of the tension out in her mouth. She may not be able to get to a point here where she can feel safe enough to relax that much around me and around this chicken house here. But it'd be nice. So I just want to see what she's capable of in what time frame. And it's important that standing here with her waiting this out, that I don't disconnect in my mind and let my thoughts take me somewhere else. They need to stay here with her and support this relaxation response from her that I'm really looking for. Because if I disconnect, she's going to feel that. If my mind wanders somewhere else, she's going to start to feel alone in this space instead of supported. And so standing here noticing her is a way to keep myself engaged in that. And there she really releases some tension in her neck, is able to release some tension in her lips, and even bends her head down and takes a little step forward towards me. And so I'm just going to walk out of that space. My intention walking into it was that she would feel comfortable walking out of it and get out here where she feels a lot safer. But instead, she did something to work on it. And she stayed connected and attached with me as I moved in there, and was able to find a way to really relax and to even engage and connect with me and attach to me even just a little more, which is good stuff. And so I'll just do a lap around in detachment, and she stays connected with me as I do that. And as I start stepping into this space, she kind of starts stepping into it with me a little bit. You want to see what's over here? Good. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to sit here and see if she can relax even more as I occupy this space with her. As I so daringly and boldly turn my back to the killer chickens behind me. And so in the moment, she's connecting with Abilene outside the pen over there. A little more. I just want to see if she's able to come back here. It can be a really nice tactic to distract myself somewhere else and not actually be present here. And just want to see that she's able to come back here and be really present with me. So there she softens quite a bit, bends her head down towards me, lifts the foot, kind of moves it just slightly towards me, and connects a little bit there. And so I'm going to walk out again. And so now I'm just going to ask her to try it again without me in between her and the chicken house. And I like to see that. Go ahead and walk on by it then. Yeah, go ahead and walk on by it then. That was pretty good. So that's the thing I really want to see, is that she could turn into that and face it and stand there and relax a little. Got a good deep breath from her there. She's actually now looking at things over there, checking them out. What do you think about that, Annie? Can you do it again? You can. You don't like to, but you can. You'd rather try to attach with me to avoid having to? And just notice she kind of takes it in a little bit. Still feels the need to step back out away from it. She's continuing to soften in her body. We're continuing to refine our detachment in the process here. Okay. Good, Annie. That's good. Good girl. Yeah, good. Good girl. Now you see another dog walking up the road. You know that dog though. Good girl. Now she's really looking at it. Really, in my opinion, she's directly facing the thing that has been the scariest for her. She's kind of worked her way towards being able to look at it just a little bit, to stand there and face it. Breathing still pretty shallow. She's still wary of this object, but she's at least able to engage with it now. Even with the distraction of another dog coming up the road, she can notice that. Just noticing where she looks, she sees Abilene over there. She looks back over here to me. Able to explore a little more over there. I like just giving her the space to do that. And breathe out. Not feeling the need to have to bolt out of that space. And just recognizing that briefly, a new stimulus in the environment of the dog coming up the road, how much it and how quickly it kind of drove her up the arousal continuum for a few seconds. And that's just the state she lives in, and that's hopefully the state we're going to continue to help her with. And I think we have. And she was able to notice that dog. You saw it, the anxiety it produced in her body, but she was able to still connect and manage that and still look at this chicken house. And now she's staying really pretty relaxed over there in that space. And so I'm just going to end maybe by walking back over here again into this space and seeing if we can end on just her standing here looking at me, looking at the chicken house. And relaxing a bit. And based on her comfort and proximity to me, she had to take a couple steps back, and she kind of got a little anxious. And that's okay, we're gonna sit here. Relax just a little, see if I can see her settle in her body. She's really kind of frozen on this edge of her window of tolerance, I feel. I want to see her reset those feet a little to a comfortable position. And she may have to move back a little to do that, and that's okay. I want to see that head come down, see those eyes soften. I want to see her breathing get a little deeper, start to normalize a little. See those lips stop twitching, see her start to maybe work some of that, connect with that tension she feels and work it out of her body. And she connects with Abilene over there eating hay a little bit. She looks back at me, can connect with me a little. And that's why I want to be really present and regulated here, because she's looking to me for that support just like she's looking to Abilene for it. Abilene's not really providing it for her over there. And so she's starting to learn that she can find it with me over time a little easier. And so now this is just that, what people might call meditative space. To sit and notice and relax. There she settles her feet a little. Needs to step away just a tiny bit to get them settled. Looks for Abilene again. Needs to rub her face on her leg and step away even more to be able to release some of that tension in her mouth. Starting to disconnect from me a little, and so just a little movement from me and she reconnects and notices. I just want to see that she stays a little connected with me over here. And just notice she's typically felt the need to keep me right out in front of her. And here she's put me a little more right behind her jaw, a little more towards her side and her shoulder. Just want to make sure that in doing that, she's staying connected and present with me over here. I'd really like to see her relax just a little. And so I put just a tiny bit of pressure on her butt to see if she stay connected over here. The head comes down, she's thinking about it. I really like that she's in this space thinking. Is she gonna take a step over here towards me? What's she gonna do? And so we get just a little more of a defensive step there than anything else. But she is able to kind of calm down. There's a step. There she goes. Releases some of the tension in her body, puts her head down, steps over here towards me a little more. It just takes her a long time to get through that process in her body to where she can relax, think, connect, and feel safe enough to take a really connected, vulnerable step in towards us. And so that's the place I just want to leave it with Annie. Notice we made a little progress, and that's where we'll pick up, trying to get back to and push into a little more next time. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next week.